Hello, hello, welcome to my show. Welcome to my show. All right, so thank you all for listening. So grateful for everybody who listens. Today I want to talk about be vulnerable because that's been something that I have been having on my heart for a while. Basically understanding that I am a personal trainer, a life coach, and it is my duty, my job to help people learn important things. And so I make my little podcast for, my small little circle, because I know that, somebody needs to hear this. If it's not one person, two, three, four, five, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I made it for me and it's like a hobby. But one day, if it's meant to be, I'll be bigger, but I like where I'm at right now and it's cool. I'm enjoying the journey I'm on while I'm in the process of changing and while I'm in the process of going to my destination. So, yeah, so today I just want to talk about just being vulnerable and what vulnerability is for me. This is how I feel about it. And so people never really know how you feel unless you tell them. And so it's always been something that I have spoken upon myself to say, hey, I am emotionally intelligent enough to understand how to communicate my feelings. And so a lot of times people don't understand like how to be vulnerable. And isn't really all boils down to we're all human, we all have these human emotions. How do you communicate? And, think about how you can make somebody's day just by your compliment or just by your kind words or something that they didn't know about. I remember a friend back when I was in Los Angeles, and he was like, "Hey, bro, can I tell you about something?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I got you. No worries." And, I love when people are like vulnerable with me. And so he was like, "Hey, man, I'm having a dream about like my tooth and my teeth and stuff." And he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, you, what do you think it means? And he was like, I don't know. Like, I keep having the same dream. And I was like, is there anything you could be avoiding? And he was like, I mean, when's the last time you've been to the dentist? And, and I was like, well, there was your answer, we have to go to the dentist to take care of our chompers. And so he understood the assignment and went to get it taken care of. I don't judge, it's not my duty to judge. And so I love when people are like vulnerable with like that with me because, it's my duty to help people understand like this is life, you're going to go through things, but this is how you get through it. And so next thing you know, he got his chompers checked out. He's good to go. He's flossing every day. Great. That's awesome. Like those are the type of conversations that I love to have when people because, I understand my assignment, people are putting in your presence and in your path for a reason. And I always say this, they're either a lesson or a blessing. And so you just have to see people as who they are. Everybody's healing from something. And, we can't be so hard on ourselves and others. So it's good to what? Be vulnerable. And, you know, some of you need to just, you know, lighten up the load that you're on. Like everybody, it seems as though a lot of people are very tense. Like I see for me where I live, people tense and they just need to lighten up. Like, just smile a little. You don't understand, how hard it could be, seeing everybody's face is just so straight and narrow and unemotionally drawn or angrily drawn versus seeing like a smiling face. Like I love to see a happy person because they're far in between. Nobody's walking around with a happy face because nobody's choosing to enjoy their lives. And, I make it for me. I don't always, when I walk, I notice I be intentional about my walk and I try not to make eye contact with everyone that walks my path. And so, for obvious reasons, but at the same time, I feel as though I do walk with a smirk on my face or a smile, and this is my smile. How you do it? Okay, just simple as that. And so, you know, eventually I'll catch someone's eyes, but it's nice to see someone out with a smile on their face. Like a smile from someone can make my day. Male or female, doesn't mean you want to be with them. Doesn't mean you're trying to get with them. It's just basically like, hey, have a great day. That's love. Like that is a pure love, like that's a positive emotion that we want to keep carrying on. I grew up in a household where, my grandmother didn't feel love as a child. And so I always show her, how I feel about her. I either cook for her or take her where she needs to go or just comfort and let her know I'm here for her if she wants to do anything in regards to like working out or wanting to go somewhere. I'm always down to help her because I know, like, as a child, she never had that type of care for her. And so I know that my assignment was basically to make her feel loved again so she can ease up the stress, because we can easily go through life, thinking that it's always going to be hard. But, life can get better if we make the choice to want to believe that it'll get better. I know for me, like I never really said that I wanted to live a good life until later on in life. But then I realized, I had to be more intentional about where I wanted to go. And to know, like, we creators, like, we are creators. So we're supposed to create the good life that we want to live. If you can think of anything that you want in life that does not include any type of negative feeling or emotion, then you'll be good. You'll get whatever you truly desire in your heart. And so I feel like a lot of times, we're not really intentional about, the life we want to live. And so it's hard to be vulnerable. You know, a quick thing you can say to yourself, what I say to myself you know, is I have control over my emotional response to things. Because in reality, I want to have that control over my emotions and the emotional response to things. Hard truths are out there. No one's going to save you. You have to save yourself. No one is going to make you happy. You have to make yourself happy and have others add to it. And, you choose a life you want to live, based off your daily habits. How do you want to take care of yourself with your emotions and your physical body too. Um, a lot of times people don't realize, in your emotions, you need to go to therapy if you don't know how to control your emotions. If you're emotional, you don't feel good about yourself, poor self-esteem, um, no self-image or low self-image. I think it's low self-image, but just anything that doesn't help your well-being, you should go see someone and get help for that. And ask yourself, like, where can I find a good person to help me with these negative emotions or feelings? For me, I understand that we all have negative emotions, but for me, I don't hold on to them. And that's why it's easy for me to have this, I think, like a remarkable willpower to learn to just let things go and just to be more intentional about being happy because I did the work to get here. Like I did the healing to get here. Once we learn to let things go, that's how we begin to heal and start to live like a more sustainable, happy, better life. And, you know, I know for myself that my happiness is my own choice. And a lot of our limits that we try to impose on ourselves are self-limited. Like, how do you say it? They are self-imposed limited beliefs. Like such as I'll never get a nice body or I'll never get in shape. You self-impose that. No one said that to you. And so you have to say, nice things about yourself. That's why it's good to talk to somebody about it. Be vulnerable. Don't hold all your emotions in. For me, I don't like to reach out because I'm not the type of person to say, how are you? I want to have something to talk about. And so when people reach out to me and the first thing they say is, how are you? I don't even know what to say because I don't want it to. And I just say, I know what to say, but I don't want to say anything that comes off as like depressing, sad, So I'll say, I'm healing, I'm doing great, I'm happy, I'm grateful, because that's how I really want to feel. Now, my shadow thoughts will tell me to say things that, just to complain about, just so I could feel sympathy with this other person. But, that's not really love. Like, that's not being, a infectious being. Like, that's not putting out positive energy into the universe. That's like toxic. And so I always, want to be a vessel for people who are going through something. So I'll just say I'm grateful. Like people don't hear that word often. And so they need to get out of that rut they might be in or that constant cycle of feeling down about themselves. And, think about being vulnerable is, people need to hear what you have to say. Um, and knowing that you can say something nice to someone to brighten somebody's day. Like I always give someone a compliment, oh, like, instead of, you know, I'm freezing up here. All right. Well, that's me being normal. Okay. What am I gonna say? Dang it. I don't froze up. That don't really happen that often, but it's okay. We gonna stop right here. All right. I was thinking about like in my past life, things that I struggled with. And one of them was learning to let things go. And this is me being more vulnerable with myself, knowing that I got that tension in my mind about easy letting things go that I felt that I'd hold on to them. And it feels good to hold a grudge. It feels good to be bitter or angry or to pay somebody else back. But when I learned to let things go, I felt like it lightened my load, like my days got better because I wanted to, make those changes in my life to feel not only better about myself, but not also put out that toxic energy that it could be transferring to someone else. Like I can't take everything personal because of how someone else may be feeling. Like I can only just smile and wish them well. Like I wish them well and hope they have a great day. God bless their heart. People need to hear that more often because I feel like a lot of times we're so used to just fighting back and forth, and you don't fight hate with more hate. You fight hate with love. And so I feel like a lot of people just need more love. Like for me, I understand like every day is not gonna be a good day, but I know that I'm gonna have a good day. It might teach me some lessons, but at least I'm gonna feel good about myself. And, I'm gonna be intentional about the energy I put out to the universe because, that's part of my spiritual walk with God. And so people don't realize, you can live your life and be vulnerable and happy and not really care what other people think. I don't care what no one thinks about me. Like those thoughts don't really add value to my life. And so a lot of us need to also just be okay with saying to ourselves, like, I don't care about that. Because you don't really care about that. Like, you shouldn't care. Like, yeah, let the emotions pass, but don't hold on to them. Don't let them make you feel bad for the rest of your day. Don't let them sour your day. A bad day doesn't mean a bad life. And so if you are having a bad day, it doesn't mean the rest of your life is the same. You have a whole new day that's fresh and new to be like, today's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be better than yesterday. Because if you don't say it, nobody's gonna save you to, or you already put it out there that you already expecting something bad to happen. So that's why you want to be intentional about how you want to feel and how you want to go about your day. And that comes with being vulnerable with yourself. Like for me, I feel like we have two sides to us. We have our good side and we have our bad side. And I'll say my good side is spirit, and I'll say my not so good side is my shadow thoughts. And so my spirit always guides me, do the speed limit, don't cut people off in traffic, don't be spiteful, don't be petty, don't do things out of animosity or revenge, don't give nobody dirty looks, and just be kind, be more loving, be compassionate, be thoughtful and understanding, and uh, be a vessel for somebody else. Look out for someone else. Be there for someone else. Do something nice for yourself. And these are all like my spirit thoughts, like this is the side I listen to that helps guide me to a better life. And then my shadow thoughts, those are thoughts that tell me to, you know, stay in bed all day. Just be on my phone and wondering why my hand is cramped because I've been laying in bed on my phone the whole time. My body doesn't like that position. And so I know I need to get up, but I don't make the choice because my shadow thoughts are telling me, oh, just lay here. Don't worry about it. Oh, you didn't eat breakfast yet. You don't have to work today. Just chill. And so you have to push through those shadow thoughts because those shadow thoughts will really get you in a lot of trouble. Those shadow thoughts will make you feel unhealthy. And so, it comes with food. Like I know I shouldn't be eating cookies every night, but my shadow thoughts say, oh, it's okay. You worked out twice today. And yes, in reality, I did, but I don't need to have cookies every night. Like that's almost an addiction, like every day. And so I'll constantly tell myself, no, drink some water, because that's more healthier living, and I don't want to allow bad lifestyle choices to dictate how I live my life. And those are shadow thoughts. But I just feel like, if we're more vulnerable with ourselves, we'll be able to get through life a lot better and feel good about ourselves. Like, anybody listen, I pray that you are consistently getting better every day. You're seeing the best in yourself. You're letting go of things that no longer serve you. And you're learning to be more vulnerable about like how you feel about yourself and how to communicate with other people. I don't know if that made sense, but basically that was on my heart to say. Hope you're having a great day. I love you so much. And thank you for listening.